Welcome to episode number 2. Most of you might be scratching your head looking for episode number 1. Well, you won't find it because it was an incredible demo, but it sounded like it was created in a storage unit by the highway. Things I've learned between episode 1 and 2, don't record when the dryer is running. Condenser mics sound better with a pop filter. Don't let your kids play video games in the background. I still haven't figured out a name for this show, but I'm gonna keep trucking on through episodes until I figure it out. I've known today's guest for about 4 years now. She's a master at the RBF, yet she's one of the funniest people I know. She loves her beer and chillin' with queers. This is Hi, How Are Ya? With my friend Shanna.
Bazinga.
Oh, shit. Okay, so what is this today?
I just heard one of them belch.
Yeah, it's going to be on the track. Last time they got...
I bet you that was Jackie.
It probably
She's
was.
louder than all of them.
Yes, my wife is...
Yeah.
She's a classy lady. I'll wait. This is a normal night.
There you go. Hi, how are you?
Hi, how are you?
I'm well, thank you.
Great. You have a potential date Friday night.
I have a potential date Friday night, yes.
Okay.
If
Not
I
here. Not here.
No. If I choose to accept said date. Now that I changed my flight home.
Okay, so what has you hesitating exactly about this guy?
Because he has a girlfriend.
Not wife. Girlfriend.
Not wife, girlfriend.
I thought they were married.
No, he's divorced.
Okay.
With a 13-year-old daughter. And he claims that they're polyamorous, but when you explain the situation, when you hear it, you're like, no, you guys just have rules upon having an open relationship. And I don't argue with him about it because it's not my place.
What's the difference?
I was just about to ask that.
What's the difference? Or what are they saying is the difference?
He just I think he's following her lead, and I think that she's just young and she's, hey, we should do this. And he's like, well, this is just what she says that it is. And as he's describing it, it's really like, okay, well, they wanted to find a third. She realized she was bisexual.
Oh my God, it's like my story. It's like almost the same age and everything.
Okay, so you don't have to finish it, then we're fine.
I'm just saying, like...
So they wanted to find a third. And she's incredibly picky, and they haven't been able to find anybody that they both agreed upon. I don't know how long this has been going on.
Does she agree upon you?
They're not going for a third now. Now they've just agreed that she's gone and been able to have dates
with
other men or women.
Okay.
She's done both, and he's actually gone out. Like, a woman asked her to a party. They were having a New Year's party, and she went, and he went with her, and then the girls went and had their date, and he just mingled them amongst the party and was her DD home, and then took her home, and then she's gone out on other dates, and he's gone out on other dates. So they have rules to where they have to be on dates at the same time.
You know, if they were trying to agree on someone, isn't that more like polygamy and not polyamory?
Isn't polyamory like meaning that, like, all right, let's take the three of us. Wouldn't it essentially be like the three of us have an open relationship, but you have to agree upon if others are coming in and who they are?
Polyamory is basically the belief of having relationships with multiple people, having the ability to love multiple people in that way at the same time.
What's polygamy?
But are they all together?
Sometimes
Polygamy is marriage.
Yeah, polygamous is,
Yeah.
and that's only, yes, and it's...
And that's why it's illegal, is because you can only wed one person at a time.
So
you know?
I think it just depends on the couple. It just, everybody has a different, like, did you ever watch that show on Showtime?
I wish I could turn my phone on and Google it.
No, I know.
You're not Googling right now.
There was a show on Showtime called Polyamory, Married and Dating.
A long time ago,
Okay.
right? Yeah.
You guys gonna start talking about big love now?
No, but there was like different types of couples within those, different groups of people. There was this one married couple that invited another married couple like to live in their house, and they had what they called a pod, and they were intimate with each other. Sometimes it was just the wives, but then they also had different partners outside of their pod that didn't necessarily interact all with each other.
Okay, so that's kind of what they're doing here. She's got a couple of people that she's already got on the side, and he seems to be a little smitten with me.
Yeah.
And
because
but I mean, this is one of those things though where it's a surface thing, right? And that's what I don't like is the fact that I am not 24 years old. I don't look like I'm 24 years old. I'm not built like I'm 24 years old. I'm 41, and he's been with her for 5 years. So there's a standard there that I think you get used to.
I feel like I'm so much better at sex now than I was
am
at 24.
well, there's the thing. I'm way fucking better at sex. Yeah. Sorry if I can't swear.
No, you can swear.
Okay. I'm way better at sex now. Hell yeah. I mean, and even in having conversations with him, you can tell she's vanilla as fuck because she's 24. She doesn't even know herself, right? Like, you have to wonder, I don't even know at that age if I'd had a real good orgasm if it wasn't for myself. But yeah, still.
I could say 22 and 23. I was still like kind of getting in the swing of things.
Yeah.
I still, I frequently had sex, but you're still figuring it out. Like, building up that stamina,
Well, we've both gotten better since we've
I don't think that stamina at my age was ever needed because men didn't have it. So, like, when I was that age, men were like,
been
boom.
in my category.
Yeah, exactly.
I've had to deal with.
Women never had to worry about if you were fucking a guy to worry about stamina when you were 20 because it was done in less than 5 minutes.
Yeah.
You were just like, really?
Okay, what was the shortest sex you've ever had? Realistic, like
Probably literally at like maybe a minute or two.
like a 2-pump.
Yeah, and he was hung like a Tic Tac. I think it was steroids.
I thought that made the shit shrivel.
That's what I'm saying. He was hung like a
yes.
Tic Tac. How big is a fucking Tic Tac?
I didn't.
Not a Mike and Ike.
Yep, totally didn't hear the Tic Tac part. Sorry.
Oh my gosh. That time in Atlantic City.
Oh yeah, shit happens. I was so fucked up.
It was the funniest thing ever.
I was like,
I busted my nut quick.
Yeah.
No, like that's never happened to me before. I don't even know if it was a minute. Like it was very short.
That's never happened to you with someone else, or
With you, I think she's
with
saying.
me?
No,
Yeah.
with no one. I've never gotten someone off in less than a minute like that. You
Like
were
I said,
literally
I had
Jason Biggs from American
I
Pie.
had sex, drugs, and rock and roll in my system, and I had no fucking clue what to do with it.
I just laughed.
Hey,
I
so
was
you
like-
know what though? For me, I mean, if you get me worked up enough, I mean that's the advantage of a woman having multiples. But
I'm pretty
there's
sure
been
she
times.
was wearing like sexy lingerie, and she had little hooky heels on.
Well,
and,
yeah,
you know,
see,
like
yeah.
we were. I don't care.
Well, no, dude,
14 seconds flat. Can't even run that
I mean,
fast.
I'm not. Were you asking me, or how long it took me to get off, or the guy?
No, like your fastest sexual experience.
Oh, well,
Heterosexual sex is when the guy comes and he gets off.
well, okay,
That's-
yeah. So
Yeah.
if that's the case, then it was 2 minutes.
That's
But
a
me,
sexual
I've
count.
literally had it to where I've been turned on enough that I sat down on him and was done.
just happened.
That was it. It was like.
It's
But that's the
insane.
joy of having multiples is that it's like, all right, well, let's just fucking keep at it.
I
'cause-
have to have a medium first one.
Oh
because
shit! Yeah.
If I have a real big first one, get your honey. If that first one is a piece,
It's the pen. Don't let her hit the damn pen.
get the. If that's a big firework,
Yeah.
for the first
You're not
one,
coming back.
Yeah, it's like all your nerves go into shock, and you're
Yep.
like,
I'm good
don't touch
after-
me,
Yeah.
don't.
I'm good after a little break. Sometimes
But
I need a little break
have,
and then I can.
if I have the medium one first, I'm more likely to have a couple mediums and then a nice big finale.
See, that's where you guys have such a better advantage. A little break. You don't get to take a break. Well, now I'll say that's not true. Dude, we will not mention name of. Mark, like shit, dude, could just keep going and stop and then come back at
No
it and then
drugs.
stop. No,
Like,
no
nothing.
drugs. It was that. I mean, seriously, sexually speaking, off the fucking charts, best I've ever had. Mind blowing. Like,
Well, how did
I
he-
now don't even need porn. I can think back about our sex, and that's fucking enough. No shit, hands down.
What did he say?
Pornhub is
What has
pissed
he
right
said
now.
about it?
About what?
Not that he toots his own horn, but what does he say makes him so confident and good in it?
He actually is not confident about it because in his mind he shouldn't have to take the breaks. But I'm like, I need the break. You know, like to me, I'm like, well, this is fucking great. You kind of get a minute
I
to
think it's
recharge.
smoking. Can we stop for a second?
But no, I mean, he's like the goddamn Energizer Bunny if you get him going the right way. Yeah. Like I think the first night we slept together, it was like 6 hours on and off.
This is the first I've ever heard of this, and I've spoken to a lot of straight women about fucking hetero sex because I've never understood it. I've never done it. I don't, I don't know. So you're literally the first person who's been like, yeah, it's been 6 hours, and I had to put a fire extinguisher to my cooch.
I mean, no, I would walk out of that fucking house wanting an ice pad sometimes. Like, and then the randomness and the spontaneity of it was always good too, because like I remember I was in his kitchen cooking, and then the next thing you know, I'm on the kitchen counter.
This is gonna sound really weird and maybe disgusting, but when I would have heterosexual sex, I remember after a while, like if, struggling to get off and I'm like, you need to be done soon because I'm being rubbed raw.
Yeah.
That never happens now, ever. Like, I never have any natural lubrication problems whatsoever. So does the penis just absorb extra?
No, it's because you are actually with the partner you should be with.
Okay.
Yeah, you're not straight.
Yeah.
It didn't turn you on.
Like,
enough.
that's one thing I notice now.
I don't like.
So you
there
never
was
dry
times,
up?
Huh?
Have you ever dried up in Mint Pound?
I'm
I'm sorry, like
with I didn't hear the first thing. I was on ecstasy once, and that obviously
Okay, so
it was
that's
like fucking
drug-related,
18 hours. With prior people I have, with Mark at one time that evening, but I was like, just fucking grab lube, because even though it wasn't, I was still wanting to keep going because I just knew that this was like, all right, and then I think I got off several more times. Ironically, I was more comfortable with him sexually than anybody I've ever been with in my life. He's the only person that I had complete naked sex with.
lights on.
Lights on during the day, didn't matter where. He's the only person I took a shower with.
You were married to Randy for how many years and you never showered together?
Not facing him.
What?
That's so weird.
No wonder he has all those issues. That man is so deprived.
You're blaming me?
No, not at all. I'm not. He is so, like, especially if you're in the shower with a woman, like, you turn the fuck around.
Yeah, well, before, pre-surgery, it wasn't exactly like I really wanted to be.
That would have not, if she had one tit.
We both had, Frankentitz for months, and we still have scars, and I'm
talking about the fact that before my surgery of what they looked like. I wasn't exactly...
That would have never made a difference. Fuck him. Sorry.
Who? It wasn't his fault.
She was
It
self-conscious.
was you self-conscious.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, good.
No.
Sorry,
No.
Even I picked up on that.
No,
sorry.
that's what I was saying. It was just interesting that Mark was the first person that I was ever, the sexual connection that we had was so fucking strong.
Well, it probably helped that you feel better about yourself, too.
I do, but I was with, I had a couple of little fucking one-night stands before him, and it was what it was. I mean, some of them was some great rough sex. But it was literally the first date with him, we could not keep our hands off of each other. Like, it was literally...
At the Dave & Buster's.
At Dave & Buster's, I know. I should have known from there. We're standing next to Pac-Man making out, fucking open mouth tongue. I mean, it was
15?
ridiculous. Yeah, exactly. It was like we were fucking teenagers. Yeah.
All right, since Mark was one of the longest, well, what
For
about the lumberjack guy that you were pretty
He
sure?
had to be on... That's true. Yeah, the mountain man, that's what we called him, right?
I'm so
that
disappointed in him.
Me too,
Like,
dude.
he caught me at first sight, and he just let me down.
He was a handsome lad.
Was he as good looking in person?
He was, yeah, and he was very charming. And dude, the other guy, so...
The minor league baseball guy? Wasn't there one that he thought about nothing but sports and sex, and he looked like a sports person?
Yeah, that was a guy that wanted to take me to a glory hole because he had ED, and he wanted to take me to a glory hole and watch me suck off a stranger while he jerked off. Welcome to dating.
How old was this guy?
Fuck if I'm...
Just ballpark, because we
45.
know he loved baseball.
44, 45, something like that. Yeah.
Yo, that's so gross.
Yeah.
Why couldn't he just have a friend? Why did it have to be...
He was one of those guys that liked, just by talking to him, he wanted to tie tits up and slap tits, and he was he wanted to be a dominant, I think. But in a rough way. I don't think he was
How far did you go with him?
I met him, and
I never...
No.
Yeah. What about the guy who had the crazy ass fucking house? He was super handsome.
He was fucking rich as hell.
Didn't he have one leg or something?
Yes.
Oh my god, I forgot this guy.
This story gets even fucking crazier because he's involved with my work. Do you remember this? That this is a guy that Like, we connected online. It was like, oh, okay, really nice, super handsome. And I don't know why, but I just took, some of those sites will just put your first and last name if you don't pay attention. I always pay attention and take my last name off. I don't want anybody cyber stalking me. And most of the time I'm on there, it's really just looking at other people, So anyway, this guy, I Google him and I realize that he's British, which is fucking fantastic. He's super handsome and he has one leg. And the reason why he has one leg is he got into this really horrible motorcycle accident and he got his leg amputated. But before that, he was like some kind of world man competition workout guy. He did something super fucking important. And I mean, he was incredibly wealthy. He had one of those Mercedes Sprint vans. And he drives up to Maine and goes to jump sites and he goes skydiving and hangs out up there and goes to all these crazy parties. And then he drives around in his Range Rover and travels all over the place.
Have you heard from him since?
No, I got ghosted.
Oh.
But he was like,
worth
oh,
it.
you are stunning. And like, I mean, he just kept saying all these wonderful things, but I don't.
As he claws the shit out of your back?
Yeah. We didn't have sex though.
Either way.
That was, yeah.
Yeah,
That was a weird night. Because, the one leg thing was kind of weird.
Gonna fuck you with my pig?
Well, he had to take the leg off to get into bed. I mean, we fooled around, but we didn't have sex, but yeah.
Are you sure that was his dick? Shut up. So, who was the person who tried so hard to get into your pants and failed?
Willie.
Willie. That's perfect.
The irony of it all.
Yeah.
Yes, so I'm at work and I guess I can just tell the story as it is. We'll just say an alias. But I'm at work and a vendor is there. And the vendor is picking up a bunch of samples to go, and I'm downstairs, my office is upstairs, and he's just talking to me. And since I've known him and he worked for the vendor, he's usually pretty cold. If he came to the facility, he'd only want to talk to Casey. He always looked at me like I always figured he had a thing with women, that he didn't like them. And then I said something about, we were shooting the shit, and I said something about Randy and I not being together. And it was like a fucking cartoon. Literally, it was like, Bronk, and he looks at me and goes, you're not married anymore? Like, literally just popped his chest up, and I was like, Jesus, Willie. Like, and I even called him out on it. I just started laughing. I was like, no, we're not together anymore. Have a good rest of your day. And I went upstairs.
He did. He had a good rest of his day.
And then from there on forward and still to the day I die, it has been on since then. This guy is
still happening?
Fuck yeah, it's still happening. He's got a girlfriend. He's still all up on my shit. But at this point, it's actually almost humorous. Like, he met Marshall, scared shitless of him. At a trade show, Marshall, he thought he was an employee. And he gave me a hug, and then he shook hands with everybody, and Marshall was over at another booth, and he's like, who's that? And I was like, that's Marshall. And he was like, Jesus Christ.
He's a giant.
Well,
compared to Willie.
And compared to Willie, yeah. Willie's done everything from piss me off so much to where I've almost punched him in the face because he became that guy that was like, he knows everything about me. You're in a group of people, and if he says, oh, well, don't say this to her, and it was like, will you quit fucking you're not my boyfriend. Quit speaking on my behalf. And then it was just obvious. You saw it, didn't you?
Oh, yeah, I was there that day.
Yeah.
When he was picking up that order.
Yeah.
I'm a friend. Who are you?
He ruined my pants. My pants.
So no, it's he in his own terms, he's thrown the fucking kitchen sink at me and it's never worked. And
he literally bought the bar for you the one night, right?
We were in Rhode Island and and it was coincidental, unless he's a really good stalker, that I was stupid. I shouldn't have been traveling. And a nor'easter came through and I got stuck in Rhode Island. And we get stuck in the morning, so we just went to the bar just to have outlets. Nobody was there. It's a hotel bar, and we open up our laptops and we're just kind of working. Our companies worked together at the time. Now he's not even allowed to talk to me, technically. So the bar opens up and we're just like, well, fuck it. We're not working today. It's fucking snow rules. Let's go ahead and just have some drinks. Well, he tries to go beer to beer with me and he crashes and fails. And the bartender just had a blast watching it, because it's like you're sitting there and he's literally just vigorously hitting on me. And
what was
he's
he
like,
saying?
God, just like, oh, you're gorgeous. You're perfect. I'd love you, blah, blah, blah. It's like, I was like, yeah, so I was over here the other day. He's like, as you should have been. Like, no matter what you say, he would have some little thing. And he's old school, so a lot of it's cheesy. It's like we're walking down the sidewalk and I'm like, why are you walking behind me? Because I'm checking out your ass. Just like, will you fucking stop? You know, I mean, it's a constant, just like the look on Jackie's face right there,
so
where she
creepy.
rolls her eye. So in the beginning, that's what it was.
Who does that ever work on?
In the beginning, that's what it was, and now it's just it's like the biggest joke. Like I just
really
The only
not
time it's
threatening.
okay to do that is if you're already in a relationship and you're doing it like cheesily with your partner.
Yeah.
Who
No.
knows you're joking and it's like funny.
He literally everything. He just be like,
Using that as an
"Gorgeous."
actual pickup line and thinking it's gonna work is like
So his name's Willie. I called him William once. All right, William. And he's like, no, you can't call me William until he's like, only my exes call me William. And I was like, then I will make sure to keep calling you that. Like it's just, he has all of these same standard. You could tell he goes to the local bar and he spits his game, and it's not like there's anything going on there. I mean,
gross.
there's not.
Did I ever tell you about the old guy who worked for Giant and he was like a cart like he'd go out and get the carts? I think it was one of those things where he just was retired, but he did it part-time for something to do. And it was when I was working up at Tailgaters and I was a waitress there. And he used to come down after work to drink in the bar after he'd get done in his shift. And he hit on me all the time. And he was old. Like, he was at least 75. So it was like creepy old. And he would just like, he'd sneak and put his arm around. It literally got to a point where if I would go shopping at the Giant, if I saw him, I would have to avoid having to run into him because he would like, I wouldn't get out of there without him doing that. He just like totally gave me the creeps. It made me so uncomfortable and it was so awkward. And it was like,
When I was younger, when I was like 20, actually when I was like teenage into my 20s,
Gentle. Rule number 1. When you were in your 20s.
I was an old man magnet. They fucking loved me. Every job I had, I was always getting hit on by guys that were like 20 or 30 years older than me.
Why? Why does
I
that
don't
happen?
know. I don't know. I think it has to have something to do with me. Maybe, granted, I left home when I was 16, so maybe it was just the fact that I just wasn't like a normal teenager. No, I don't know. I mean, I did date a guy that was 20 years older than me. I was 19 and he was 39.
The black men always go for me. I don't get it.
It's the pale skin. They
it's
want something the exact opposite of black, and you are that.
Some translucent.
She's like a brute.
I love her. God bless her.
There's 2 left, so I'll just put it down.
Oh, thank you. You could have waited after you peed.
No, it's okay.
Is she the best?
She is.
Yeah.
She's so pretty too. She's gorgeous.
I know. I don't know
What
how
did you do?
Nothing classy. Like, when she first saw me, I wasn't classy. I was shit-faced. When I proposed, I wasn't classy. I'm like, at our first date, we went Dutch treat. Like, I've literally, maybe I'm the bad boy that's still good-hearted. You know, I don't know. I don't know what her attraction to me is.
It's your ass. She said that.
Yeah. Hey.
You got a good ass.
That's all it takes, man.
Dude, yeah, I don't have the ass though. I got good boobs now though.
I just suck people in.
I guess.
Yeah.
It's the charismatic people. More power to
Charisma.
you. More power to you.
Okay, are you ready to play What Would You Do?
I'm ready.
Cool.
Bring it.
If you could really sell your soul to the devil, what would you sell it for?
To bring my brother back.
What do you think the repercussions of selling your soul would do? What would your risks be?
What would I be willing to risk?
Yeah, because essentially...
I'd risk myself to bring him back.
Okay.
I think he was a better person than me. Somewhere deep down inside. He liked to pretend like he wasn't, but I think Brad was better than me.
That was so dark, it hurt. Ow.
I said it with a smile. Come on.
I know, we're good.
Yeah.
I would sell my soul to make sure that the world would go back to a healthy state.
God, that's so fucking Miss America.
No, like... I'm saying because of
I
all the
love you.
fucking damage. And okay, you want the Miss America that I would bring? All of the damage and the plastic and the use of biofuels and just
I
they've
think
sucked.
our
we have
our
fucked.
people have done worse than that. I think
That's
we
what I
have too
mean.
many. No, I'm saying I think as dark as this is, we need to lessen the population because
Oh
we
yeah,
have. That's my
There's
thing.
too
is
many fucking people on
There's
this
so
planet.
many people, and the majority of them are becoming more and more and more evil. And that's the problem. Is it's like the good people and the hard workers of the world are becoming less and less.
That's what I'm saying. If
Yeah.
we could revert it back to when ozone was intact, wildlife was flourishing, and species are dying out, ecosystems are dying, all that shit's just.
Niagara Falls, I just heard this today, that at one point, Niagara Falls almost ran dry because of the amount of water they needed for hydropower to be funneled
sad.
in other places. Yeah.
Yeah, so I would sell my soul because there's nothing I can do
I feel
personally.
selfish now.
Why?
Because I chose one thing for me.
You chose your sibling to come back. How like
I know, but I chose something for me instead of something for the whole planet. You're just that just goes to show how much of a better person you are than me.
Shut the fuck up. Your superpower is that you can give phobias to people. What fun and interesting things would you make people afraid of?
I like this. Because you have to be really smart about something like this, right? You can't be like clouds, because people would just be freaking out all the time and that would become really annoying. So you'd have to be, really you want to be diabolical. You want to be able to control it. Give somebody a phobia, it could be like a symbol that only you know that you like put on your shirt.
Ooh.
You know what I mean? Like, so...
Damn.
Yeah, like I just really feel like you need to be diabolical.
Like
with
you're
it.
afraid of Apple Watches.
Right, yeah. Well, that's something that you see a lot of, but again, like some random like tagging. What do you call that? When somebody's
Like a graffiti?
tagging? Yeah, like your own thing. And if you make people a phobia of that, it's like somebody pisses you off. You're like, boom, motherfucker, and you wear that shirt that day, or you show that picture that day. Something along those lines. It's like a little way of like, without actually, committing a crime. Yeah. Otherwise, it's just pure pandemonium. I'm gonna make them afraid of chickens. Like, you know what I mean? Like,
Do you want to know what mine is?
Oh, I want to know. Yeah, can I use that?
I would make people afraid of farts.
Oh, and can I know why, please? Because
Because-
I am personally afraid of farts.
Every time they fart, they'd scare themselves. Every time an animal or a human leaves an SPD, they just break down and have a panic attack.
What the fuck is an SPD?
Silent but deadly.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry. I'm so old.
And, like, if somebody just blatantly farts, you run away screaming.
Would it work with a whoopee cushion?
Ooh!
Like, is it only true gas?
I think it's sound and smell. So if they hear a toot or they smell a toot, they
Well,
just
that would be-
run for the hills.
That would be fucked up in this city because we were just talking about the poo fog that comes in every other day in New
Oh
York.
yeah, the paper mill.
Well, no, you've got the paper mill, and then over by the
Incinerator.
facility, you have the incinerator, you
have-
have the sewer place
Yeah.
over by Starbucks, and then all those farmers
And then just the people that live here.
and then just the city. Yeah, exactly.
We like sauerkraut.
I'm so glad I didn't smell it when I got here.
Yours is so good. The apple just kills that
I hate cabbage.
smell. I know you do. I'm just saying that you probably didn't notice it because hers, I didn't smell it for the longest time. And we cooked a pepperoni pizza, which I think
I
was
saw
kind of
that, yeah.
like lit a match for you. If you had to join the circus, what type of performer would you be?
Ringleader.
Ooh, yeah, you would.
Yeah.
Yeah, you would. Boss ass bitch.
It took me a minute. I'm like, fuck it, I'm gonna run in that shit.
I admitted I would be a clown. Like,
You would be a great clown
yeah.
too. You would.
Ringleader and the clown.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I like that answer. I wasn't even prepared for
Brought
that.
that. I'm ready.
Fucking
I'm ready.
ringleader, bitch.
I'm the
Yeah.
ringleader.
That's what a Capricorn does.
I would be the clown that would have a dog dressed up with me.
Looking just like you.
Yeah.
Would you each have the squirting flower on your lapel?
Maybe.
Yeah.
That's a good thought. All right.
Right.
If you could snap your fingers and make any one species go extinct, which species would you choose?
This is tough because what I want to say, fuck it, mosquitoes.
Yes!
Yeah.
I knew it!
Second answer would be slugs because they literally serve zero purpose.
When they die, do their carcasses become nutrients for the ground?
No.
No? Well then, yeah. Death
they just take down
What about
vegetables.
snails?
Huh?
What about snails?
Snails serve purpose when it comes into water and aquariums and aquaculture. Slugs don't live in the water. They literally just devour gardens. And
Fuck you, slugs.
yeah, and then you go to the Pacific Northwest and they're a foot long and then you step on them and that slime slug lasts for 3 days. That's no lie. It was like the first day I lived in Washington, I was barefoot because I lived in Florida. You're barefoot everywhere in Florida. And I did... Dude, I'm not kidding you. It was like 3 inches long and like a half inch wide. The slugs out here are little pussies. This thing was meaty. It was like Hulk Hogan slug. Yeah. I'm gonna fuck you up.
I'm gonna slug you up!
I'm gonna slug you. We'd burn them.
If you were obscenely wealthy, What weird eccentricities would you indulge in?
That is a really loaded question. Can I hear yours first? Have you thought about it?
Not really.
That's a loaded fucking question, right? Because I mean,
Okay, like
an eccentricity, I mean, it could be like, I want to dress like a baby, like what we watched on TV last night. It could be having a swimming pool filled with rose petals.
how about we go for the rom-com versions of things? Okay, you want to know what I think eccentricities you would get?
Okay.
How about we'll try and let's do each
Yes,
other.
I like it. Tell me.
All right,
Yes,
we'll do each
I
other.
like this.
All right.
Clever girl.
If you were obscenely wealthy, I would assume you have a shit ton of guns.
Oh, yes.
Shit ton of guns. Everything possible would be smart. You would have like a smart spigot. You'd have like the robot that would do your yard. You'd probably get some sort of a robot laundry
You know,
person.
You're just describing Marshall right now. I'm just saying.
Yeah, but like it's starting to infect you.
Well, no. So internally, yes.
Can I
External.
finish my
Sorry.
finish my
Please. I apologize.
Because there's more.
I love it though.
You would have a room of DVDs.
Check.
Obviously, a marijuana room.
Oh, check.
I think you would have a marijuana hall.
Well, I
be
would
like-
have a marijuana grow room, a large one,
But you-
probably, and then on top of that, I would have a room of my marijuana.
And then would you have like a marijuana decor room? Like a smoke den?
No, because head shops are annoying for that. Like, let's roast it up. I think I would have a smoke room, but it wouldn't necessarily be like,
Would it be covered in pot leaves?
no,
No? Okay. I'm just asking. I don't care.
it'd be like all black, right? You just go in and like soft, like purple lighting and velvet black couches, and you just go in and get fucking high as shit.
I mean, that sounds a little pimpish.
Dude,
Cool.
I had a 63 Impala with blue crushed velvet interior.
I think you would also have a closet full of sneakers.
Oh, fuck yeah.
A closet full of boots, all different heights and colors and styles.
You know me so well.
You would have a room for your hoodies. You would literally have a walk-in fridge with Miller Lite, Corona Premier, Michelob Ultra,
I love you.
and then you would literally buy a Chipotle to be in the one corner of your kitchen.
Oh my god. I have my own burrito roll.
Yeah.
You know I had Chipotle
And
today
you
for
would have
lunch.
a Starbucks. You would have a Starbucks
yes.
and Chipotle, so
Well,
all
I
your
think
needs
can
are
we just
met.
have like a barista and burrito roller all in one?
Yeah, but you would be so rich you would just buy the franchises, and they'd just work for
Bill
you.
Gates, who?
What? That's
I
what
had Chipotle today for lunch, by the way.
Good for you.
Of course I did.
I
It
have
for
never
dinner.
eaten a burrito so fast in my life. I was waiting like 2.5 hours. I'm like,
They were like, where were you last night? And I was like, look, it took her like 3.5 hours to do my hair. They just looked at me and I'm like, black, process, blonde, process, wash, rinse, eyebrows, dry, purple, process, rinse, dry, style, beautiful. Yeah. Take her out of the oven. I really do. Okay. I love that on the eccentricities. Now I want to do you.
Yeah, all right.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's my eccentricities for you.
And did you have that like nailed out? Did you already think about that?
No, I just came up with that.
That was brilliant, by the way.
Really?
Yes. I couldn't have thought of it any better. No shit. Because especially with the fucking thing of sneakers and boots, you're ding. Like they were teasing me today because I bought a pair of Sorel boots and I bought them through Facebook app and it just never worked. You know how disappointed I was? And now they're on back order. I'm taking 2 closets up of shoes and I'm hanging shoes in places now. I have shoes in my mudroom. I have shoes in my closet. I have shoes in Cohen's closet. I have shoe racks. I have shoe hangers. I have a shoe. No,
Do you want to know how many shoes I have?
as I told her, Randy, I do not have a shoe problem. I have a problem with storing my shoes.
Do you want to know how many shoes I have?
How many?
18 singles. I have 9. I have like 9 pairs of shoes.
Well, that's a lot for a normal person.
Okay, so Jackie is with you in this because she's got like a whole dresser full, and they're starting to bleed over into my area.
You put them in a dresser?
Yeah, we put.
That's brilliant.
Okay,
you put
so
your shoes in a
She
dresser.
put. Yep, she did. Yeah. I want to know what my eccentricities are.
Okay, are you ready?
I'm ready.
First of all, your house would have the biggest kitchen of any house in the world. It would probably have 5 dishwashers, and I'm thinking a dishwasher per person. person because if you were that rich, everybody would still be living at home.
Check.
I'm liking it, right? Industrial stove, hood, all of that, of course. And then on top of that, I'm sorry, I think it's just like a commercial griddle, right? Just like the flat
Flat top?
Yes.
Ooh, I love them.
Yeah, well, I mean, who wouldn't love a flat top? That's the only reason I went to Waffle House was just to watch me as a flat top. Because then you could do fucking hibachi too.
I love hibachi. I like to make hibachi too.
As do I. But can you do the flaming volcano?
I
Would
could if
you
I had the
if
space.
you had the griddle?
Oh, fuck yeah.
Yeah,
I would make a
exactly.
volcano about so many things.
Yeah. All right. The next biggest room would literally be your pot room because you would grow in it, you would have it, and then it would look like a Rastafarian head shop. You'd have smoke buddies everywhere. You'd have every weed trinket you could own just because you could have it and you want to try them all.
It would also be very organized.
Oh, totally. I'm not saying that it would be
Yeah.
like a slumlord or some
Because
kind of
I'm not
hoarder's thing.
denying, like, I want to try every fucking thing I see that comes out.
Oh, no, and that's great. I love it because it's just in the years I've known you, like it went from like a small cigar box and
might
now
be
I think it's
sitting
a
on box.
trunk.
Shut
Yeah.
up! Stop looking at it.
Hey, I have a shoe problem. You like pot accessories. We all have our thing. We all have our vices. I'm not judging. I love you for it.
There's a whole cabinet upstairs filled too.
I feel like you would have like a hutch for all your pot stuff.
Oh, fuck yeah.
You know what I mean? Or really like an industrial toolbox that would have it all. Because it would have the soft rolls where you could slam it and it wouldn't slam back down. It would be quiet. Yeah. It would like whoosh.
Okay, continue.
Okay. Next room, this. Geek room.
Like a
Radio room, a computer room, you'd have printers,
a
you'd have
multi-purpose room.
you would have your geekdom all in one room. It would have those big fucking little foamy panel thingies for sound,
I
and
do
it would
wish
have
I had them.
acoustic thingies up at the top, and you would have like 8 different kinds of microphones and a big sound panel and a mixing board because you'd go in there to mix your music, and then you'd also go in there to do your fucking podcasts, and then you'd go in there to do all your other computer stuff. And look at you, you're like raving out like you're on Molly. Yeah, that would be your geekdom room. And then the boudoir. You would have a fucking red room for sure.
Nope.
No, not like a dominant red room. I'm
Oh, a
saying
sex dungeon?
you'd have a sex dungeon.
Yeah, but that's separate from the sleepy area.
yeah, no,
Okay.
yeah.
All right,
yeah,
so we're not to sleepy area yet.
No, sorry. This
Okay.
would be literally just sex. Yeah,
Like sex room.
there'd be multiple swings. There would be all on display. All,
Did I send you the video where Jackie slapped
Oh
the one
yeah,
kid?
yeah. We talked about it. Yeah, yeah.
That dildo's like this big.
Yeah, I saw that. It's a double ender, right?
Yeah, it's completely worthless. Which anyone
I was
listening,
gonna really kind of ask you because
Hold
it
on.
wiggles so much.
anyone who is considering a double-ended, it looks like a goddamn nightstick, say no. Even after Googling it, we watched like 4 videos and we could not figure that shit out.
It's too floppy, right?
Basically, it's so flexible that when one person goes in, the other person flops out like a hot dog from a frying pan. It's like, and then you're like, shit!
It's just queefing.
It like a sloppy queef, yeah. Okay, continue. So tell me about the sexy room.
Just use it to beat kids. That's the only thing it's for.
Yeah, it's pretty much.
When your kids leave food in the room, then go in there and slap them with the big black double-ended dildo.
Yep, yeah.
Why black?
I think because that was the only color we liked.
Touche.
Yeah.
All right. Sex room. In your sex room, literally everything on display. The hutch that holds my dishes and shit? I envision things like that where it's all organized. And on top of that, tons of essential oils. Like not because of you, but because Jackie went in there and did it. There would be like infusers coming in through the walls where you could go in with like a remote and change scent or whatever. And you would change it for like how erotic you guys want to get. And then there
Like
was all
pheromones releasing.
Exactly. The other thing that I just think because you're that kind of crafty person, is that there would be like built-in mop floors in your sex room where it's like
Oh,
drains-
absolutely. You can hose
drains-
it out.
Exactly. You can hose everything down. That's important to Jackie. She likes those clean sheets. That's the other part of it. Because you're a courteous lover, there would be an entire room for Jackie's clean sheets.
But
I
yes.
just think that it would be pretty.
Oh, absolutely.
You know, like Sex and the City shoe closet, but it would be like Jackie's
would get
clean sock or closet.
if I was obscenely wealthy, she would have everything that she, what's the term?
Wanted?
Yes.
Yeah. And then the bedroom. And I see the bedroom.
That shit would be tranquil as fuck, and I don't want to hear anything else.
No, that's what I was just gonna say, is because you are that girl that just wants to go and sleep and be left the fuck alone when it comes time to it. That's why I see a giant round bed in the middle of a room with blackout curtains and again a lot of infusing oil going in there, a lot of plants around for everything.
Air purifier.
Yes, just
humidifier to a perfect.
It's like going into a spa. That's what it would be like. Yeah, like going into a Vegas spa. Everything's calm and tranquil. And as you fall asleep, petals hit your face.
What the fuck? I would also be satisfied if you would have said you're going to have like a big pile of puppies that you sleep on every night.
Puppy smell is better than Drakkar was, or Drakkar Nor was in the fucking 90s. And you wouldn't know that because you're not straight.
I would have never.
Right over the lesbians.
Okay, hold on. We gotta wait, are there any more rooms?
No, because you end with the bedroom. Well, I mean, there's bathrooms and shit.
Yeah,
but
I
I
don't
mean,
give a shit.
I think you would have a bathroom per kid just because you guys have had to share a bathroom for so long.
Yes.
You know, and it would have like built-in vacuum shit in every room, like Jackie's
watch
salon.
Shameless, right?
Some of them, yeah.
Okay, I said to Jackie, I was like, we must be in real deep shit because of the fact that the Gallaghers even have 2 toilets and we have 1.
That's a good point, touche.
If you were reincarnated as an animal based on your personality,
What animal do you think you would come back as and why?
My first assumption was a hyena.
I think you're smarter than a hyena.
That's kind of my thought. And they're annoying, and I don't want to think that I'm annoying.
No.
So I'm going to go with shark. And the reason why I'm going to go with shark is it's also something that I fear.
What type of shark?
Great white. Fucking Jaws, man. I lived in Florida on the water when those movies came out. I don't know if I could ever go into a SeaWorld sea tube ever again.
Can you be a hammerhead shark? Because I think they're really cool.
No, I want to be a great white. Thank you.
Can you
Hammerheads
fu-
look like they have a migraine.
Okay, well, can you make a hammerhead friend?
I'm sure I can.
And then if you can find a
What,
midget
is
shark
this
for
fucking like
Jackie?
Finding Nemo?
Like
or?
a midget shark for Jackie.
Well, they have midget shark. They have small sharks. So like a tiger shark or a lemon shark would be like Jackie's moon. I know a lot about shark. I love Shark Week. I fear them.
I think I would be a bull.
A bull shark or a bull?
A bull.
Oh, I'm just on shark mode. Why?
I'm very close to my zodiac sign, and I'm not trying to be cliche about I am my zodiac sign, but then I think about a lot of the personality traits of bulls being bullheaded and stubborn and always
Grumpy?
Yeah, and sort of misunderstood also.
I see. Every time I'm around you, and it's especially since I don't get to see you as often, I don't get as much of that because I'm not. I think just because I don't get to see you as often. So when I do see you,
Yeah.
your demeanor is different.
Yeah, like when it's game time and I'm on my routine, I kind of get grouchy when I get thrown off of it. When I know someone's
You
visiting.
could not do my life.
No, fuck no, I couldn't. I ain't gonna deny that.
I'm in like a tornado. I'm in a hurricane at all times.
No, I like my routine. I wasn't always like this, but now that I've had the chance, I never had it as a kid either, because I was just thrown into all this shit all the time, every day. And now that I know what it's like to be able to control my own life and control when I start and stop, I don't want to let go of that. Ultimately, if I have to, I will. I'm not gonna be steadfast on that, but right now, like, I don't want to lose
moderation.
that feeling.
Moderation.
Yeah, I'm in a good place where I feel like
I think you guys have enough of an erratic life.
cue the boy screaming.
Yeah. Thud, thud, I'm gonna kill you. You shot me in the eye. Bazinga.
Yeah, so I feel like a bull and you feel like a shark.
I just think I have a predatory. I think that unfortunately, especially now that I'm single and I have 50% with Cohen, that makes my work more like 90% of my life. So I'm predatory at work. I'm not predatory towards people, but I'm in sales, right? So you're constantly just having to fucking go out there and get it. So I just feel like I'm always on the hunt. And if you look at a great white, every picture, that's their thing, right? They're always on the fucking hunt. They're always looking for something. It's aggressive. They're gonna get whatever they gotta fucking get.
You know what? Switch that. I think I could be a bear.
Which kind of bear?
The bear that's not aggressive, but the bear that can fuck shit up if they need to.
Like a brown bear.
Yeah. Or this.
I think a black bear is actually pretty bad. I think that's the one that's bad. I don't know.
I don't want to be the mean one that everyone.
That's
runs
like a
from.
grizzly.
Yeah, fuck that. I want to be that bear that, like, if you see off there, you're like, oh, look at that fluffy thing. It's kind of cute. Oh, don't get close to that. No, she's gonna react weird. And stay the fuck away from her kids, because then she'll get pissed off. Don't talk to her, because she doesn't want to talk to you. That would be if someone saw me as a bear.
Back away slowly. That's what they tell you to do. Yeah.
But
Don't run. Back away slowly.
I can also secretly be domesticated. That someone like Betty White could come up and feed me marshmallows out of her hand.
If you were forced into gladiatorial combat but could only choose a weapon that isn't typically considered a weapon, what non-conventional weapon would you choose?
I don't know, a farm door? So you know my door that goes to my mudroom, how it's split? Mm-hmm. Half of that. One's a shield and you can bash it with people at the same time.
That's a brilliant idea.
Thank you. I really appreciate it. I was a Dungeons and Dragons nerd, so I truly appreciate a good fantasy question.
Mine would definitely be the tools for my fireplace.
And it's good for attacking. You just don't have a way to defend yourself. Mine's more of a bludgeoning. But...
Okay, so
Oh.
no, because I could use the grate. I'm talking.
You're gonna carry all this.
I don't
All
want
right.
to.
I mean,
I don't want to do that.
I'm just saying, in a D&D world, you are now weighed down, and your speed is
Well, that's
down,
why
and
I'm
there's
also, in my mind, I'm like, okay, if I have the poker and I grab the shovel, I have two objects that they're,
it's the wrench in the library with
yeah,
Dr. Mustard.
but like they're lightweight and it's not like they might break, but I can still beat the shit out of someone with them. Mm-hmm. You know.
Yeah, no, I mean they're both good answers.
But you're right. I don't have.
You don't have protection.
Well, I mean, I got blubber, but.
Well, you said in that time era, and I just think of like flying swords and arrows and shit. So
Yeah,
I just thought,
this is just the concept of a gladiatorial battle, aka a fight to the
So
death.
you said a
non-traditional weapon.
Then I want to be a fucking tiger. Can I do that?
No. Okay, so like, all right,
They used animals in gladiatorial.
No, this isn't gladiatorial times. It's the concept. Okay,
I'm sorry.
All
I'm
right,
sorry. I'm
time
so
out,
dumb.
time out. Nope, it's all right. We're gonna rephrase this question. If you were forced into a fight club situation
Now I like it.
and you could only use an unconventional weapon,
Okay, now I like it. This is different. I was literally thinking the
What-
times of fucking Caesar.
what
I said
type
door.
of unconventional weapon would you choose?
No.
Door. I'm like,
What? Well, you said it was brilliant at first, you fuckstick.
I'm like thinking, I don't even know.
You said brilliant.
You tie a shit ton of your shoe collection together and you just start winging it at people.
You're gonna make me pee myself. Okay, that's just a whole. I wasn't prepared for that, and I like the question.
Can I give you mine?
Please do.
It would be one of those tall lamps.
The one down the hall.
Yes. Plugged
A
in.
Walmart
Yeah.
one that
Okay. Well, a sturdy one.
Okay.
So my plan is to shatter the light bulb so that there's still a charge and have a huge electric extension cord and just have this like fucking zap rod, like a long ass taser, and just go around and fuck people up. But okay, and then like say
Can I please dissect that?
say hold on. Say it gets unplugged, I can still use it as a fucking like a beaten stick. I could
First of all,
stab him with the glass.
First of all, that light bulb isn't gonna electrocute anybody.
No, the socket.
It's not gonna happen.
I would make it.
Then you just have this adorable.
Bullshit.
You have this adorable little kid look on your face, like, no, mom, no, this is gonna work. I swear to God. So I'm gonna put the pillow on top of the sheet, and it's not gonna fall.
What if I made a contraption that would squirt water over a toaster? I want to be able to tase people, okay?
All right.
would you-
Non-conventional
Yes.
weapon. Do I have? It's anything.
Anything.
Okay. A rainmaker backpack sprayer filled with acid. High five.
For those of you who don't know what a rainmaker is, it is a backpack full of fluid, and it has a little squirty valve that you walk around with. They're pretty cute, but they're nerdy.
So, yeah, that wins.
Yeah, filled with acid.
Fuck. So good. You go for, like, acid, and I go for electrocution.
Well, and the cord. What I mean, you're
But
gonna
I
get
had a
tangled
plan.
in your cord.
I had a plan.
You
and
know
I
where
got-
you would have been better off is that if you had one of those fucking generator things on your back, and then you had it attached to that, and then you didn't have some cord into some imaginary wall. Outside of the box, my love. Outside.
Okay, all right. Well, then help me fix this scenario.
Okay.
Because you have the acid
You want to go with
backpack.
electrocution. That's what you want, right?
That's what I want to just be able to zap them.
Okay, well, what I would do then, because it's not meant as a weapon, but it's meant to capture, is I would take a photon pack from the Ghostbusters. Because technically, if it touches a human, it will fucking fry him, according to Dan Aykroyd.
That is
But
unconventional.
it was made to just capture ghosts. It was not made as a weapon to hurt
Would
anybody.
it capture the ghost inside the body?
Is there a dog snoring that when you said that, I heard?
Yeah.
Okay. I was
he's
like,
right
you
there.
said ghost inside the body, and then I heard a growl, and I hope it comes up on this because the timing was perfect. Well, I mean, you're there to kill somebody, but no, I don't. I mean, you killed him. The ghost would go out, and then you'd have to go back after the ghost. So no, you would. But that would be your electrocution.
Zap them.
Yeah, that or I mean, it's again not a weapon, but a cattle prod.
Yeah.
It's not a weapon.
That's exactly what I was like trying to figure out how to make
Branding
a
somebody like an electric brand. Yeah, you could do that battery style. You could walk around with a car
Could
battery
just put a
and
waffle maker on a stick.
But I mean, think about this. Some fucking yeah. I mean, you got to think outside of that box. You are not ready for a zombie apocalypse, my friend.
I'd run and hide, duh.
Well, I mean, you're running around with an extension cord and a lamp. Fuck you.
Whatever. Whatever. Next question. If your sheets had to be made of deli meat, what meat would you want them to be made of?
I've talked about this with several people.
Okay, so what's the census?
I want to know
what is
what
yours?
nobody's ever told me, which is interesting. All right, I've asked this question and they just laugh, and then I say my answer, and then nothing ever comes. So now,
So they won't answer?
no,
I will give you my answer.
please.
Dietz and Watson rare
Oh, fuck,
roast
here we go.
beef. Sliced thick enough that it wraps you like a goddamn burrito in the winter. It's juicy, it's moist, but it just touches your soul. It, like when you bite into it, it just shreds in your mouth. I don't know why you would be eating your sheets, but hey, so that's my answer.
You're my spirit animal. No shit. Except for the brand, I said roast beef.
Oh, listen, I would go with boar's head as well. But I don't do store brand. I don't do the generic.
Fuck a giant roast beef. No, I
That
literally.
shit's gray.
I said roast beef, and they go, why? And it's like, because I really like roast beef. Dude, so when you're like, I was like, she's going to fucking say Lebanon bologna.
Oh, hell no. My skin would break out. At least I'd be getting iron and, like, useful supplements from the red
And it's
meat.
pretty, because real good roast beef almost has that iridescent look to it.
Satiny.
Yeah, exactly.
Could you imagine if you had roast beef sheets that were made of satin?
I can't believe we both picked roast beef.
I can.
It's Kismic.
No, we both like beef. Like, we both like a good medium rare steak.
Oh,
Yeah.
all right.
You finished the questions,
Okay.
and you did well.
Thank you. Do I get a parting price? What?
You have won a half and half Frosty.
Oh, that's right.
Okay, so let's get the fuck out of here because they're up in the freezer.
Yes.
Okay.
Okay.
Cool. It's been real. It's been
Thank
real
you.
talking.